So friends, family, mom.
So your sister.
No, she's over there someplace, actually. Governor,
Good to be with you.
Secretary, Chairman, and most importantly to the members of the BluVector team, thank you, and I'm so pleased that you could join us here at our ribbon cutting ceremony. Now, for those of you who don't know BluVector, BluVector has a very simple mission. It is to protect public sector institutions and businesses from advanced threats. Think about us as being an alarm system that sits at the edge of a network, and what we do is we watch for the worst of the worst. The things that you read about in the mail, in the news, we're looking for those. We're finding them, we're helping organizations confirm that they exist and contain them at the edge of the network. And we do this using very disruptive technology that is built and delivered by incredibly passionate and knowledgeable people. And we're happy that you were able to join us today. Now, one thing that I would like to do before I turn the podium over to our distinguished guests is I have a little bit of a gift for them. This is a unicorn mug. So we at BluVector have a tradition of giving a unicorn award. This is a monthly award, and it goes to an employee who best exemplifies dedication to our mission of really saving the world. And we have a unicorn award gift, and don't worry, this is below the gift-giving guidelines. So, we have an award for each of our guests today for heroic actions that each of them have taken. So first, to you, Chairman, we have a unicorn award, and this award is given to you for creating an environment that allowed us to hire almost 70 people in a very, very short amount of time. Now, you know, one of the things that we suffer from in the security industry is a lack of talent. It is very, very difficult to find qualified security people. This is the place to do it. Now, it is a combination of the public transportation, accessible university, good tax pays, places for us to live and reside, work. This is the place to be. And so thank you for making that possible. Now, Secretary, you actually get 3 awards, but we're giving you 1 mug.
I can read that. Thank you.
So now the 3 awards, this is really is important. You know, I've been in this business now 25 years, and it's a truism in our industry that organizations only buy security technologies because they've had a crisis, they've gotten breached, or 2 is there's a regulation that says they have to do it. Now, it is very rare to find an organization, even if it's a financial services institution, that's going to invest in best-of-breed technology. Not only did the state of Virginia invest in our technology as one of our first customers, it helped us in the beta phase. It helped us design the technology that we think is going to truly change the world. And so part A is as a thank you for making it possible for us to survive as a company. Second reason, part 2, is the fact that we as citizens of the state of Virginia are also proud to live in a state that actually invests in best-of-breed technologies. I mean, it really goes to show that the state cares about us as citizens, cares about our safety and security, and cares that we are able to do things like click on an internet link and not worry about things blowing up. It's a good thing. And third, and most importantly, you know, in our industry, finding a public reference, a customer who's willing to stand up and say, yes, I use the technology and I like it, that's like finding a purple unicorn in a lake at night, blindfolded. And the state of Virginia has graciously agreed to be a reference for us, and so for that we say thank you. Thank you. And last but not least, Governor, to you the unicorn award. I know that you're going to use this proudly. The governor, for those of you who don't know it, as the chairman of the National Governors Association, is leading the nation in thinking about cybersecurity. I think you said just a couple months ago that threats do not wonder or do not worry about state boundaries. That is incredibly true. And we want to thank Governor McAuliffe for taking the lead in this important issue, and most particularly in taking the lead in building the talent that is going to continue to populate organizations like ours that are going to really change the face of how we think about security. So again, thank you for joining us, and now I'm going to turn it over to the chairman.
Sure. Kris, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you, Mr. Governor.
Good to be back.
Secretary. I gotta say, I am so proud to stand here, and I'm so proud of this community for the reasons you just gave me that unicorn mug. Reflecting, we've put a lot of energy into creating a community that is where those millennials, those passionate, knowledgeable people, your workforce, want to live. And let me also say, two of my colleagues are here. I want to acknowledge them. Christian Dorsey and Libby Garvey are with us today. The Commissioner of the Revenue, Ingrid Maroy, and Delegate Alfonso Lopez. Together, and together, both as elected officials on the board and our delegation, and with our incredible team, our staff team in economic development led by Victor Hoskins, we do as the best we can, and we think we've done a great job creating a cyber corridor here. We have the highest percentage of millennials of any locality in the United States as a percentage of our population. People who are smart, people who are committed, people who want to put out every day and come to companies like BluVector and make a difference in the world. Then we build the community around them, like the Ballston Common, Ballston Quarter, being redeveloped to create a wonderful sort of landmark and pillar in this neighborhood to attract people further. So right here, BluVector is doing exactly what we had hoped, stepping into the Arlington reality, tapping into our workforce, our local airports, our incredible array of transportation alternatives into the community rich with amenities to make a difference in the world. And we thank you for being here. I happen to have the only backup key to Arlington that exists.
Wow.
It's right here in my hands, and Kris, I'd like to give this to you as a thanks for you choosing Arlington and being part of our wonderful growing cyber network here, cyber community here in Arlington.
Thank you.
All right, with that, I know I'm just the warm-up act, getting to the best governor, the best state, and the best country in the world, but that's for someone else to say. My job is to introduce the Secretary of Technology, Secretary Jackson.
So, good morning and congratulations. This one is a little bit of a special announcement. As you heard Kris say, BluVector actually was incubated in part in the Commonwealth's network. And so we have a long history with the product even before it spun out of Northrop and became its own being. Actually, when I got the call that said, we want you to come and be part of the ribbon cutting for BluVector, I thought, what? And immediately a little light bulb went off, and we went through the explanation. They said that BluVector was now a standalone company. And so from the fact that we still have BluVector in our network, I did check it out with our security guys before I signed the governor and I up to be here today, just in case. And they did say that actually the BluVector tool during its incubation and now has been a part of catching some of the vulnerabilities that the other tools we have didn't catch. And so you come highly referenced by my security guys. It has been a great opportunity for us. Government doesn't always get to be creative and innovative, and this is one time when it just worked. And so we're very, very pleased to be here. Kris, I wish I had thought of the Unicorn Award because we would have given one to you today. standing here with a female CEO of a major emerging cyber company is very, very unique. I wish I could say it was underwater in the dark. I can't remember all of the attributes you had said about how rare it is. But when you talk about the millennials and you talk about the people that are moving into the cyber workforce, the minorities and the women are something that we truly have to put our shoulder to the wheel to make sure they understand that they have a role in this. And Kris, as a CEO and as now, you've always been a great mentor, but now in the CEO role, you have an additional bully pulpit to use to help make sure that we get this message out, not just in the Commonwealth, but across the nation, because it is something that we've tried to do. It's very, very important. Pardon me, but we need to get down some of the stigmas earlier in the educational process so that the women can grow and thrive in this emerging environment. So I am the only thing standing between you and the best governor on the whole globe. So I'm gonna cut my remarks and I'm gonna introduce the governor. The governor has had 1,026 economic development deals in his tenure. More than 215,000 new jobs have been created in the Commonwealth, and more than $16.5 billion in capital investment, billions more than any other governor in the history of the Commonwealth. 4 billion?
4 billion.
4 billion more. We don't count, but. And to say he's a champion is an understatement. It's not just recognized by us and those who have the opportunity to work with him, but it's recognized by those across the nation and truly across the globe that he has put Virginia on the map, especially where cybersecurity and unmanned systems and just a variety of all of those things are concerned. He's received a Tech Champion Award from the NASCIO, which is the National Organization of State CIOs, State Scoop Award. He's been the Cyber Governor, the Bio Governor, and I'm now really thrilled to get to add the Unicorn Cup recipient from BluVector. So with that, 72nd Governor of the Commonwealth.
Thank you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to thank the greatest Secretary of Technology in the United States of America. I want to thank Karen, the greatest Karen, great Fisette. Thank you, sir, and all the elects and everybody's here today. And Kris, I want to thank you. I mean, this is a big deal for us. BluVector already has 70 employees, growing exponentially. This is a big deal here in Arlington. It's a big deal for the Commonwealth of Virginia. It is great to have a woman CEO running it. And I read your bio on the way up here. Fascinating. Knew nothing about technology, but she was there with her husband in the Marine down in Camp Lejeune down North Carolina. And everybody was deployed during the Persian Gulf, and families didn't talk to each other back then. They didn't have cell phones, so she thought, well, let's get computers. And then realized that computers actually have to talk to one another. Yeah. And from there, we're here today, folks. So it is really a great, fascinating story. And we love this space, cybersecurity. You've all heard me talk about this over and over. There is nothing, the biggest threat we have as a nation is cyber threats that affect this country and our Commonwealth. Last year, Virginia, 78 million cyber attacks just at our state system. To get in our 9/11 system, to steal our data. As you know, collectively states have more data than the federal government. All the tax information, the Medicaid, the health records that we have, driver's license information. There is someone every single day trying to get that data from us. As you know, 1 million people are hacked a day. The cost to the economy by 2021 will be $6 trillion because of cyber hackers. So this space is so important. I'm proud that we now are the #1 state in America for cybersecurity. We have more cyber companies than any state in the United States of America, over 650. We're very proud of that. We've invested tremendously in that. As you know, I put $1 billion in our budget last year to redo K through 12. You know, high schools weren't working anymore in America, to re-streamline them, to focus on those STEM courses. Virginia this year, the first state in the United States of America, when you entered kindergarten in Virginia this year, every kindergartner was taught the concepts of cybersecurity. The only state in America to do that. Yeah, you can go ahead and clap for that. But Virginia was the first state to do the NIST framework. We were the first state to stand up an ISAO, first one in the country. We're the first state to do a cyber commission. I wish you could have been with me on Sunday at Fort Belvoir when I unveiled the new 91st Cyber Brigade for the new Air Guard that we have here in Virginia, the first and only one in the United States of America. All 50 states, the Pentagon picked Virginia for that, and that is a huge win for us, folks, because that will grow additionally, so it's a brigade with 5 battalions. It is going to continue to grow. So BluVector here is another big, gigantic win for the Commonwealth of Virginia. It's growing. I appreciate all that you do. The state is doing great. Unemployment is down to 3.8, one of the lowest in the country. We're building out our cyber, our unmanned systems. We're leading the nation on data centers now. I don't know if you knew this, but 70% of the world's internet traffic goes through where? Virginia, that's right, Ashburn, Virginia. Leading the nation. I just last week, Iron Mountain, $350 million investment in Prince William County. I mean, folks, we are on fire. So this is the greatest company in the greatest state in the greatest nation on earth. And let's cut that ribbon and let's get to work. Exciting.
Step up.
Yes.
All right, we need a little countdown from the crowd. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chairman, the best ever, best in the history.